Hello, my name is Sergeant Thaddeus Brown. I've been in the military for 12 years. I actually came into the military in 1999. I had a break in service from, well, actually, I got out in 2004 and I came back in 2007, and I've been in from 2007 until present. If you see me look off to the side, it's because Cheryl gave me some questions, and I need to look at those questions to answer the questions. Like I said, I've been in the military for 12 years. I'm a sergeant in the United States Army. My MOS, which is the military occupation specialty, is a 25 Lima. I'm a cable systems installer and maintainer. So I deal with any type of cable, dealing with computer cable, phone cables, fiber optic cables. I deal with towers. I deal with telephones, trunks, not like the trunk of your car, but telephone trunks when we're out in the field in a tactical network. She asked me to tell me or to tell you guys something about the type of discharge that I got out the military with on the first time. And just to give you a brief synopsis of where I'll be going with this story or with this interview, we are talking about soldiers going into the civilian sector. So when I was in the army, I came in the army, I was like 21 years old, little hothead. I did what I had to do, what I wanted to do. I got out of the military on a chapter 14-12 Bravo. So that was a patterns of misconduct. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't the right way to come out, you know. So with me saying that, the 14-12 Bravo, I did not complete my first contract. So my first contract was a 3-year tour, was a 3-year contract, and I did maybe 2 years and some months. So when I got out of the military on the 14-12 Bravo, it used to be a association called ACAP, and that's Army Career and Alumni Program. So what ACAP does is it helps soldiers that are at the end of their military career or their end of their contract to prepare for the civilian sector. So with me getting out on a 14-12 Bravo, I didn't have all of the time as a regular soldier transitioning into the civilian sector to go through the ACAP program properly. So what happened was they rushed me through the ACAP program. And because they rushed me through the ACAP program, I wasn't, I didn't have the advantage to take, or I didn't have the chance to take advantage of all of the resources to prepare myself for coming from the military, doing this every day, all day, every weekend, to going into the civilian sector. Um, the ACAP program, what it does is it helps you to transition from the military to civilian sector. So from the military to the civilian sector, what the ACAP does is it shows you how to write a resume. It tells you what to look for when you're looking for a specific job. It shows you how to go out and seek those jobs that you want that will connect with your military training, your military background, and it will show you how to go into the civilian sector. But since I didn't have a chance to go into the fullness of the ACAP, when it came time to writing my resume, what they did was, because they had to hurry up and push me through because of the type of discharge that I got. And the type of discharge that I got, it was a general under honorable discharge. So it wasn't a bad discharge, but it wasn't a great discharge, you know? So because they pushed me through at a high rate of speed, when it came time to writing my resume to prepare for a job, you know, I'm thinking, okay, I'm certified in uh, fiber optics. I'm certified in splicing fiber optics. I can cut it. I can make it. I can climb towers. I can go in manhole covers. I can, you know, I know that the specs that the fiber needs to be buried in a tactical environment, or, you know, how high, and the tensile strength of the fiber optic cable. So I know this stuff. And back in 2003, 2004, if you notice, the economy really wasn't on fiber optics cable. They were still coming from uh, the regular cable. So when it came time to doing my resume, they did it and they just copied and paste from my job description. So my job description, they put it on my resume. I took my resume and I went out to Comcast. I went out to AT&T. I went out to Verizon. I went out to, you know, all of these different phone places and phone companies, and nobody would hire me. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm a young black man coming in, you know, maybe they don't want to hire me because of that. But this one guy sat me down and he said, you know what, sir? He looked at my resume and he said, your resume is outstanding. Okay, so if my resume is outstanding and is what you're looking for, then why can't I get a job? He said, because if I hire you, I'm afraid that you're going to come and take my job. I said, sir, I don't want your job. Just allow me to put my foot in the door so that I can continue to take care of my family. He said, with your credentials, you know how to splice fiber optic cable. You can make fiber optic cable. You have all of these certifications in fiber optics. He said that the economy is just now coming into fiber optics. So now the military has trained you years ahead of what the civilian sector is doing. Needless to say, I didn't get the job. So, 3 years, I was an assistant manager at Taco Bell. I was working myself to death every single day, working myself, working myself. And I knew in the back of my mind that if I joined the military again, I would be able to take care of my family properly. Uh, she asked me, do I feel that it was easy for me to get a job? I don't feel that it was easy for me to get a job because the first time I got out, because I didn't have the proper uh, time to go through the ACAP program, only because of the way that I got out of the military. So if I would have gotten out of the military the correct way, if my contract was up and I started going through the ACAP program, when you go through the ACAP program, excuse me, I'm going to jump back a little bit. When you go through the ACAP program, uh, it you can start a year out. The process is long. You can't go through it in 2 weeks. You can't go through it in 2 months. You know, you have to take your time to go through the program to actually get what is needed for you to get to make a successful transition to the military uniform, or from the military uniform to the civilian life, or the civilian sector. So I really don't think it was easy for me to get a job because I didn't take I didn't have the efficient time to do what needed to have been done to prepare myself for the civilian sector. That's the end of part one.